Time 2 p.m. Date August 8, 1972. During the presidential campaign that would eventually see Nixon elected, TVs were broadcasting the Democratic National Committee meeting in Washington. But this is not what the people want to see. TV stations were swamped with phone calls demanding to broadcast one thing and one thing only, which is the play-by-play of a World Chess Championship game between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky.
Well, Spassky is waiting.
Right, and waiting and wondering whether Bobby will show or not show.
This 1972 broadcast of the Fischer-Spassky games is still the most popular TV chess show in history. After that match, unfortunately, the coverage of this Asian game has slowly disappeared from the mainstream media. During that year, the national edition of the New York Times published 241 articles that dealt with chess. That number decreased to 148 in 1995, and this number fell even further to 28 in 2011. Now, this trend was still there in 2020, well, until, the Queen's Gambit happened. The Queen's Gambit is a mini-series that follows the life of Beth Harmon on her rise to the top of the chess world. The mini-series was a huge success. It was critically acclaimed, and it became Netflix's most watched miniseries after being watched by 62 million households. That success actually had a big positive impact on the chess world. Google searches for chess have doubled, and you can actually see the interest increase at the end of October when the miniseries was released. The number of traffic coming to chess.com, which is the #1 chess online community, has also doubled, from 81 million visitors to 162 million visitors by the end of December. This mini-series could potentially have what I like to call the Brock Lesnar effect. So, Brock Lesnar was one of the biggest wrestling stars in WWE from 2002 till 2005. Later on, he left the company to pursue his MMA career and was signed with the UFC. Now, many of the WWE fans who never watched an MMA fight in their lives, me included, watch his UFC debut to support him and see how well he will do. Prior to Brock's arrival in the UFC in 2008, the highest grossing event with most pay-per-view buys was actually UFC 66. It was headlined by Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz. But over the next 2 years, Brock would headline 5 more pay-per-view events. Each event would top the previous in both pay-per-view numbers and ticket sales. Now, the moral of this story is that Brock Lesnar introduced new fans to MMA, and eventually most of them kept watching MMA fights even if Brock Lesnar was not fighting on that card. This is also why Eddie Hearn made 2 YouTubers headline a boxing card last year, because he wanted to introduce boxing to their followers. Time will tell if his experiment worked. Now, Queen's Gambit did just that. It introduced a new audience to a game that was losing the interest of the mainstream media. Now it's time for websites like chess.com to capitalize on that success to make sure that these new fans, they enjoy the game and stay around even after the interest of this miniseries eventually fades away. Thanks everyone for watching this video. My name is Tarek and I recently started posting on this channel. So if you like this sort of content, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.